Dolphins swim, eagles fly, lions roar, and monkeys climb. Spiders crawl, bullfrogs jump, rabbits hop, and cheetahs run. All my friends in the jungle live together forever and ever, from the ocean to the desert. Sleep at night where the stars all glow, in an insect, mammal, reptile, animal home. Zebras stride, parrots talk, ants march, and elephants walk. Bees buzz, hippos bay, wolves howl, and antelope graze. All my friends in the jungle live together forever and ever, from the ocean to the desert. Sleep at night where the stars all glow, in an insect, mammal, reptile, animal home. All my friends, the furry, the shiny, all my friends, the feathered, the spiny, all my friends, giant, tiny, wacky, mighty, messy, tiny, slippery, slimy. All my friends in the jungle live together. All my friends in the jungle live together. Yeah, all my friends in the jungle live together forever and ever, from the ocean to the desert. Sleep at night where the stars all glow, in an insect, mammal, reptile, animal home. Whoa, yeah. Insect, mammal, reptile, animal home. Desmond has a borrow in the marketplace. Molly is the singer in a band. Desmond says to Molly, girl, I like your face. And Molly says this as she takes him by the hand. Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da, life goes on. Blah, la, la, how the life goes on. Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da, life goes on. Blah, la, la, how the life goes on. Desmond takes a trolley to the jewelry store, buys a 20-karat golden ring, takes it back to Molly waiting at the door, and as he gives it to her, she begins to sing. Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da, life goes on. La, la, how the life goes on.
Well, hello everyone. I thought I'd give everyone a couple minutes to come in. And once again, if you're watching this later on YouTube, that's cool too. I know everyone's got super busy schedules. I'm super excited to read this book today. It's one of me and my wife's favorite children's books. It's just fantastic. And as you can see, it's called The Day Jimmy's Boa Ate the Wash. But kids, before we get started, I thought we'd talk a little bit about both the author and the illustrator. Trinka Hakes Noble is the author, and the illustrator is Stephen Kellogg. Now, the cool thing about this book is that both the author and the illustrator in this case are each authors and illustrators in their own right. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to show you first. This is a picture of Trinka, and she's actually on Facebook, so you can find her. And she says you can just call her Trinka. She's not a rock star, I guess. So that's Trinka. And this is Stephen. Well, you know what? Just for the sake of book club, let me put both their pictures up right now while I talk about them. So Trinka Hakes Noble was born in 1944 on a small farm in southern Michigan. I actually couldn't find out what city it was because I have a lot of family in Michigan, actually. And she was one of 7 children, 3 boys and 4 girls. Wow. And she now lives in New Jersey, which is kind of over there next to New York on the East Coast. But I thought this was so cool. I always love to learn why authors and illustrators or sculptors or sports stars or astronauts, like how did they decide to do what they wanted to do as an adult? So listen to this from Trinka. It's pretty cool. My earliest memory of wanting to be an artist is the smell of crayons. Ours were kept in an old cigar box. They were broken, chewed, and well used. You couldn't even recognize the different colors, so you had to test each color by drawing on the lid. Isn't that crazy? Oh, the smell when you opened that box. Ah, and a nice sheet of white paper. My life's requirements were met. In 2nd grade, something great happened. We were drawing pictures of Santa's sleigh. I worked hard on my drawing. To my surprise, my teacher, Mrs. Stanley, put only my picture up on the bulletin board because it was so good. That's when I decided to be an artist. And I did. In The Day Jimmy's Boa Ate the Wash, a teacher takes the kids on a class trip. I named her Mrs. Stanley. I think that's just pretty great. There are moments in all our lives, and kids, as you get older and look back, you will remember certain moments where it created in you a desire or a passion to do things, or you have a memory of a vacation or a certain memory of your grandma or your dad or a friend, and those are just great memories. So in this series of books, Trinka actually wrote 5 Jimmy's Boa books where she was the author. Now, I wanted to show you also, so this is Trinka and Stephen. I wanted to show you, so this is, can you see that? This is actually one of Trinka's most famous books that she did the illustrations for. And I think this is just very, very neat. Here's an old-timey woman walking on the hillside toward a small village, and the colors are just fantastic. So if you want to check this book out, The Witch Who Lost Her Shadow by Mary Calhoun, these pictures were drawn by Trinka Hakes Noble. Now, Stephen, he's known for this kind of watercolor, pencil drawing colored in with watercolor, which I think looks really fantastic. Here's another book, and maybe this will be on a future book club. This is also one of my wife Erin's favorites. This is a book that Stephen drew and also wrote the story. So he is the author and the illustrator of this book. So I'll leave that up here. And let me leave Stephen up here again as I read a little bit about him. So Stephen Kellogg was born in 1941. Once again, a long time ago, huh, kids? Wow. In Norwalk, Connecticut. That's the East Coast as well. Isn't this so funny? This is our 4th session, and I think every single author that we've read, and this is just by pure luck, has been from New York or New Jersey, or they live there now. He is an American author and illustrator. Listen to this. He has created more than 90 children's books. Wow. Isn't that amazing? I don't know anybody that's done 90 of anything. It's pretty fantastic. So he got married in 1967, so he was only 26 years old, and almost immediately began illustrating books by other authors. And soon afterwards, he wrote and illustrated his own. Like I said, this is one of our favorites, Can I Keep Him? And maybe this will be, maybe not next time, but down the road. And I'm trying to monitor comments at the same time here. Ashley just said, I don't think I know this book at all. Well, Ashley, you are in for a treat. And I don't know whether Will and Henry are watching, but they'll get a kick out of it too. Every time I read this book, when I go to schools or libraries, the kids just laugh and laugh and laugh. And then they get me laughing too. It's really great. So, And now I lost my place. But anyway, he has written or drawn 90 children's books. And he has won all kinds of awards. So has Trinka Hakes Noble. And once again, I just want to emphasize, if you look at this style that he draws, when I see a drawing, I immediately know what his drawings look like. They're drawn in pencil and then they're colored in with watercolor. And it just gives it a very unique, distinct drawing style. So one last thing I want to show you before we begin. I think this is so, so neat. And it's something that I get a kick out of when I go to schools to read Pippin No Lickin'. And then next year when my second book comes out, Pippin No, but I'm not giving the title away yet. Sometimes the kids' eyes get so wide when they see the book and they're like, "You're the person that wrote that?" And I get a really big kick out of that. So look at this older version. You see how worn and yellowed and cracked this is? This is my wife's copy from a long, long time ago. And she went somewhere. I actually forgot to ask her this. I don't know whether this was given to her or she was actually at an appearance. Look at this. Is that not neat or what? To Aaron, happy birthday from Stephen Kellogg. And here's Jimmy's boa, which is drawn on here. So this is a very favorite memory of ours. Okay, well, I guess we've got enough with the background information. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's start with the day Jimmy's boa ate the wash. And I'll try to pause on each page. You really got to take in all of the illustrations. They're fantastic. The day Jimmy's boa ate the wash. And kids, sometimes it's even fun. Before the story even begins, an illustrator will set up the story. So here we see school kids getting off a bus. We see a farmer and his wife and some cats. Sometimes I just like to sit and look at picture books for a long time, even if I don't read the words, because the illustrations are so great. How was your class trip to the farm? Oh, boring, kind of dull, until the cow started crying. A cow crying? Yeah, you see, a haystack fell on her. But a haystack doesn't just fall over. It does if a farmer crashes into it with his tractor. Oh, come on, a farmer wouldn't do that. He would if he were too busy yelling at the pigs to get off our school bus. What were the pigs doing on the bus? Eating our lunches. Why were they eating your lunches? Because we threw their corn at each other and they didn't have anything else to eat? Well, that makes sense, but why were you throwing corn? Because we ran out of eggs. Out of eggs? Why were you throwing eggs? Because of the boa constrictor. The boa constrictor? Yeah, Jimmy's pet boa constrictor. What was Jimmy's pet boa constrictor doing on the farm? Oh, he brought it to meet all the farm animals, but the chickens didn't like it. You mean he took it into the hen house? Yeah, and the chickens started squawking and flying around. Go on, what happened? Well, one hen got excited and laid an egg, and it landed on Jenny's head. The hen? No, the egg. And it broke, yucky, all over her hair. What did she do? She got mad because she thought Tommy threw it, so she threw one at him. What did Tommy do? Oh, he ducked and the egg hit Marianne in the face. So she threw one at Jenny, but she missed and hit Jimmy. who dropped his boa constrictor. Oh, I know. And the next thing you knew, everyone was throwing eggs, right? Right. And when you ran out of eggs, you threw the pig's corn, right? Right again. Well, what finally stopped it? Well, we heard the farmer's wife screaming. Why was she screaming? We never found out because Mrs. Stanley made us get on the bus and we sort of left in a hurry without the boa constrictor. I bet Jimmy was sad because he left his pet boa constrictor. No, not really. We left in such a hurry that one of the pigs didn't get off the bus, so now he's got a pet pig. That's one of my favorite parts, the teacher's holding her nose. Boy, that sure sounds like an exciting trip. Yeah, I suppose, if you're the kind of kid who likes class trips to the farm. So this whole book, she's getting ready to go out and ride in her boxcar racer with Jimmy now and his pet pig. Don't worry. The boa constrictor's quite happy in front of the fire. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. I think that this book is fantastic. And I just realized something else that we forgot to do. So if you've been acquiring these books as we go, or if you're watching this on YouTube and even get the books later, this is what we've been doing. If you would like to build a collection of books for your child, you can get all of these books pretty economically on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And you don't have to. You can also get them with curbside checkout from your library. But I'm building my own collection. And so I'd like to go ahead and write in these books, Mr. Layne's Children's Book Club. And I just put session 4. And then today's date is July 8th, 2020. And then I usually just write my name in it. So as you're doing this, even if this is your first session and you started with book 4, you can go on my YouTube channel, which is just do a search for Pippin the Cat. And I have an MLCBC playlist. You and your child can watch all of these videos and catch up on any of the books we missed. And in the future, if you miss, it doesn't matter. You can always go see those on the YouTube. And if it's a rainy day, or I guess right now people are still stuck at home regardless, you can put the playlist on loop with the books that you have collected, and your child can watch these over and over and over. So I hope that you really enjoy that. And then I realized something else I didn't do today, which I'll have to post on my Facebook page. I forgot to choose the book for session 5, which will take place in a couple weeks, but be sure to go onto my Facebook page. I mean, I guess you're on my Facebook page now, and I will post within the next day or two the book for our next book club. So I hope you all had a wonderful time. I'm not actually showing my face because I want these book club videos to be about the book. They're not about me. I'm sure I'll do more Facebook Lives where I sing and read, but this is about the book. I hope you enjoyed The Day Jimmy's Boa Ate the Wash, and I really encourage you to check it out or buy it for your own so that you can sit down and really, really immerse yourself in the illustrations because they're just wonderful. Okay, thanks everyone.